Hare Krishna. We are reading from Bhagavad Gita as it is, chapter 4, Transcendental Knowledge, text 16. Kim karma kim akarmeti kavayo api atra mohitaha tatte karma pravakshyami yaj gyatva mokshyase shubhat. Even the intelligent are bewildered in determining what is action and what is inaction. Now I shall explain to you what action is, knowing which you shall be liberated from all misfortune. So reading from the purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Action in Krishna consciousness has to be executed in accord with the examples of previous bona fide devotees. This is recommended in the 15th verse. Why such action should not be independent will be explained in the text to follow. So how to act in Krishna consciousness? By following in the footsteps of bona fide devotees. Bona fide. To act in Krishna consciousness, one has to follow the leadership of authorized persons who are in a line of disciplic succession, as explained in the beginning of this chapter. So, if we want to become Krishna conscious, then we have to follow the persons who are Krishna conscious. Why? Because by following them, then we will become Krishna conscious, by doing as they are doing, as they are teaching us, not imitating, but by following their instructions, then we will become Krishna conscious. So this system of Krishna consciousness was first narrated to the sun god. The sun god explained it to his son Manu. Manu explained it to his son Ikshvaku, and the system is current on this earth from that very remote time. So Krishna himself said that we need to hear the message of Krishna consciousness in the disciplic succession through the parampara system. He said, I gave it to sun god Vivaswan. Vivaswan gave it to his son Manu. Vivasta Manu gave it to Ikshvaku, his son. And that's how we have this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. That's how it came to human society. So therefore, one has to follow in the footsteps of previous authorities in the line of disciplic succession. Why? Otherwise, even the most intelligent man will be bewildered regarding the standard actions of Krishna consciousness. So even though we might be very intelligent, but if we really want to get become Krishna conscious, we have to follow the authority, because they can guide us. They can guide us. Hey, please do like this and please don't do this. And then we will get perfection. For this reason, the Lord decided to instruct Arjuna in Krishna consciousness directly. Because of the direct instruction of the Lord to Arjuna, anyone who follows in the footsteps of Arjuna is certainly not bewildered. So Arjuna is a direct disciple of Krishna. And then here Prabhupada is saying, anyone who follows in the footsteps of Arjuna is certainly not bewildered, because Arjuna received this message, this instruction of Bhagavad Gita, and he acted. And so we are advised to receive this message the way Arjuna received it. It is said that one cannot ascertain the ways of religion simply by imperfect experimental knowledge. So if we human beings, we all living entities, we have defects. Our senses are imperfect. We are in illusion. We make mistakes. And we have the propensity to cheat, the tendency to cheat. And so our knowledge is always going to be imperfect. And so because of our imperfections, we cannot lay down perfect principles of religion. We cannot do that. So actually, the principles of religion can only be laid down by the Lord himself. Dharmam tu sakshat bhagavad pranitam. Bhagavatam 6:3-19. No one can manufacture a religious principle by imperfect speculation. One must follow in the footsteps of great authorities like Brahma, Shiva, Narad, Manu, the Kumaras, Kapila, Prahalad, Bhishma, Sukadev Goswami, Yamraj, Janak, and Bali Maharaj. These are the 12 Mahajans mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam. Because we cannot decide what is religion, what is not religion. Who are we to decide? We are imperfect, so we will make a mistake. And so the principles of religion are laid down by the Lord himself, Dharmam tu Sakshat Bhagavad Pranitam. And then how do we follow in the principles of religion? We follow the devotees, the great devotees, the great Mahajans. They are teaching us. They're living their life according to principles of religion. And so they are teaching us how we can also live our life by the principles of religion. And so in modern times now, Srila Prabhupada came to teach us. He came to show us how we can become Krishna conscious practically. By mental speculation, one cannot ascertain what is religion or self-realization. If we are going to depend on our mind, then our mind is limited and it has all these defects of material nature. Our mind is not perfect, so we cannot depend on our mind for that, to understand the spiritual realization. Therefore, out of causeless mercy to his devotees, the Lord explains directly to Arjuna what action is and what inaction is. Only action performed in Krishna consciousness can deliver a person from the entanglement of material existence. So Krishna is telling to Arjuna what is action and what is inaction. So when any action we do, we are always waiting to get the result of it. We want to enjoy the result of it. That's the reason we act. And because we want to enjoy the result of it, that's what's keeping us here in this material world. We are desiring the fruits of our action. The fruits. What is the result I'm going to get? By doing this, I'm going to get this, and then I'm going to enjoy, and then I will be happy. But what we are doing in that in bargain is we are keeping us here longer and longer in the material world. So then is it that, we can't enjoy? Is that what is it? No. Enjoyment is a need of the soul, but how to enjoy? How to enjoy? We are thinking just by enjoying the body, we are really enjoying. We don't understand that the true way of enjoyment for the soul is only when we are connected to Krishna. That's the only way we can enjoy truly. So, and that's the reason the proposal is only action performed in Krishna consciousness can deliver a person from the entanglement of material existence. So when we are engaging our activities, when we are connecting our activities to Krishna, when we are acting in Krishna consciousness, then we have no karma. We don't need to come back to this material world. There's no binding. There is no that personal desire that I need to be here in the material world. So Krishna consciousness, and that is the natural inclination of the soul. That's the natural position of the soul, of each and every living entity, Krishna consciousness. Is that okay? And it begins how? How we can begin? By hearing and chanting. Just continue to hear from Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, and chant the Hare Krishna mantra, and everything will follow. Everything. Why? Because it's a natural. It's natural to the soul. It's nothing artificial. So we are reviving. We can revive our natural Krishna consciousness just by hearing and chanting. Is that okay? Any questions or comments? Or anything to add?
No, all good.
Okay. So we'll stop here for today then. Bhagavad Gita ki jai, Shila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaura Premanande, Hari Bol, Hare Krishna.